Hi, I'm in the middle of cleaning my pool. It's one of those tough jobs somebody has to do. I let Kreepy Krauly do mine. This tape you're watching will show you how to let Kreepy Krauly clean your pool, probably better and certainly more easily than you can do it by hand. But before we get into operating Kreepy Krauly, a few points about this tape. If you're new to automatic pool cleaning, sit back and watch the whole tape all the way through. You'll enjoy it, and you'll learn a lot about using Kreepy Krauly. After you've seen the whole tape, you may want to skip around and review parts of it. That's why we've included a handy reference at the end of this tape. It's also printed on the box. With it, you'll be able to quickly find the subject you want. Here's how it works. This presentation is divided into 8 chapters and an introduction which you are now watching. If you'd like to review any specific chapter, simply fast forward or rewind your VCR until the desired chapter appears at the bottom of the picture. The subject of the chapter is listed at the beginning too. Just find the chapter and subject you want and switch to play. The length of this colored bar tells you where you are in the chapter. If the bar is full, you're at the beginning. If it's almost gone, you're near the end. The other point to remember about the tape: when you want to review something I've shown you, didn't quite understand it, or you were distracted, stop tape, rewind to the beginning of the chapter, and see it again as many times as you want. Your owner's manual is also a good source for technical information. We'll be asking you to refer back to it throughout this presentation. There are charts and diagrams in here you can study at your leisure. We do our best to make everything as clear as the water in your pool. Our first concern is the condition of your pump and filter system. Kreepy relies on this system for its operation. We're going to show you a typical pool filtering system. Keeping pool water clean is a matter of pumping it out of the pool, through a filter, and back into the pool in a continuous loop. When you clean your pool with a hand vacuum, you're bringing this part of the system, the so-called suction part, right down to the bottom of the pool, and pushing it around the bottom to suck up debris and clutter. Usually, the main drain and all other suction points will be closed, so that all the suction is concentrated at one vacuum connection. That's also where Kreepy Krauly fits into the system. The big difference is you don't have to push it, or even be there when it works. Kreepy depends on suction provided by your pump and pipes, just as your hand vacuum does. The better this loop is working, the better you can expect your hand vacuum to work, and Kreepy Krauly. The most important thing you can do to help your Kreepy Krauly to operate at its best in your pool is to make sure your pump and filter systems are clean and in good operating order. First, make sure you thoroughly clean your pump basket. While you have it out, you should inspect it for any cracks which may allow debris to pass through. When replacing the basket, lubricate the O-ring with an approved lubricant available from your pool professional. It'll just take a second. Now that this is taken care of, you should either hand clean or backwash your filter, depending on what type of system you have. After you've completed cleaning your filter and pump systems, you're almost ready to take Kreepy Krauly out of the box. But first, let's get your pool's valves set in the correct position to operate your Kreepy Krauly. As we mentioned in Chapter 1, Kreepy Krauly attaches to the same vacuum connection as your hand vacuum. As with your hand vacuum, this is the only vacuum connection that should remain open. Close all other valves now, such as the valve to the main drain or spa. Finally, you must now turn off your pump. Remember, do not turn it back on until we instruct you to do so. Now we're going to show you how to put Kreepy Krauly together. It's a good idea to have your owner's manual handy for this section. It contains a chart showing all the parts and their names. You can double-check the parts in your box against the manual and the screen as I put Kreepy Krauly together. This isn't a big job. You'll only need a Phillips head screwdriver and possibly a small pair of pliers. That's it. Now, let's check out the parts. Here's the major part of the Kreepy Krauly machine. This is where the power of your pump and moving water is converted into movement around your pool. For the purpose of this presentation, We'll use this see-through Kreepy to show you the only moving operational part of the system. We call it a flapper. It controls the internal flow of water. It's this water flow that gives Kreepy the power to move about the pool, helping setting up its random cleaning pattern and assisting in getting it out of tight places. This part, the heart of the system, carries a 15-year warranty. These are the wings and their attaching hardware. Most of the debris Kreepy picks up passes through these intakes. Note the rust-proof ceramic magnets under the wing. Please note, these will need to be wiped off regularly. The wings and their locking plates are attached with the nuts and bolts supplied. Make sure the off-center holes in the locking plates are lined up just this way. Then insert the bolts, tighten the nuts loosely first. Then tug the wings gently away from the machine to make sure there's a gap between Kreepy and the wings. Then tighten the bolts snugly, not tight enough to make a depression in the plate. Check for free and equal tension on both wings. Raise both wings together and let them drop. This is one of those sections you might like to go back and review. Just stop the tape, rewind, and watch it until you're confident and understand how it works. I've got all the time in the world. Now let's proceed with the installation of the vacuum seal. No tools needed. Just slip it over the foot and pull gently until it slides through and seats itself on the other side. Make sure the seal can move freely back and forth. And that's all there is to that. Now we're going to attach the roller bumper. Insert the bumper end clip into the swivel housing slot. Make sure bottom clip is secure. Now, simply insert rod end into bumper end clip. Bumpers may be easily replaced if needed. To change bumpers, grasp the clip and push it to one side, away from the locking lever, and pull down. It should come out easily. The roller bumper is important because it helps guide Kreepy around obstructions and away from potential traps. The last piece is called a float restrictor. It holds the float slightly away from the body of the unit, helping Kreepy get out of tight spots on the pool wall. Clip it into place along these braces. Don't go any higher than about 2 inches above the crossbar. Make certain that the top and the bottom of the Kreepy are in alignment. And there you are, ready for action. If you run into any problems, go back through the tape and watch it again. You can also refer to your owner's manual. Kreepy is designed with very few parts for easy assembly. You shouldn't have any trouble. You're almost ready to connect Kreepy Krauly to your system. Remember, your pump system should still be off. But before we continue, we're going to make a few assumptions, like you've inspected your pool for any maintenance that may be required. Securing loose fittings such as ladders, lights, and main drain covers. A problem with any of these will prevent Kreepy from working at its best. Now that we've determined that the pool is properly prepared for Kreepy's operation, let's start setting up your pool for Kreepy Krauly. The smaller of the 3 boxes contains the regulator valve. In this case, Kreepy's connection will be in the skimmer. Consult page 12 of your owner's manual to determine what installation procedure and location best matches your pool's profile. The regulator valve, which you might call the brains of the operation, regulates the amount of water flowing through Kreepy Krauly for maximum efficiency. The valve allows excess flow not needed to power Kreepy Krauly to be used for skimming, so both operations occur at the same time. You'll find a threaded adapter in the box which matches your skimmer connection to the valve. Just thread the adapter onto the skimmer connection. This will provide a secure vacuum connection for Kreepy's regulator. Not too tightly though, just give it 3 or 4 turns. You'll want to be able to remove it easily if necessary. Now, press the valve bottom into the adapter. Kreepy Krauly's hose will be connected to this end of the valve. Press firmly, but don't put all your weight on it. You'll find it will seat easily. Your Kreepy Krauly hose comes in 5-foot sections. You need enough length to reach from where your Kreepy is connected to the farthest part of your pool. This pool, for example, is 30 feet from here to the most distant point. That means we need 6 5-foot sections plus 1 extra to allow Kreepy to reach the bottom. That's 7 in all. This is the section that connects to the regulator valve in the skimmer. You can recognize it by the 2 female ends and the protector. All other sections have 1 female end and 1 male end. So the number 7 section is assembled first. Any section left over should be stored in the original box for later use. Continue until we have 7 sections assembled. The 2 circle weights in the hose box are used to balance the floating hose. They go on the 2 sections closest to Kreepy. This pool is about 6 feet deep and requires 2 weights. Refer to page 9 of your owner's manual to determine the number of weights you'll need for your pool and their placement on the hose. Here, 1 weight will go about 6 feet from the unit and the other about 3 feet from the unit. Now, press in on the swivel connector and turn it to make sure it can revolve. This keeps the hose unkinked and allows Kreepy to move in any direction. Then, attach the end of the last section of hose to the swivel connector on top of Kreepy. Now comes the fun part. Lower Kreepy vertically into the pool until it hits bottom. Then, keep feeding hose down into the pool until you reach the end. This purges all air from the hose, the same procedure you use when hand vacuuming. Now we're ready to connect Kreepy to the vacuum system. We've removed all of the air from the hose, so we must keep the end under the water to preserve its prime. You're probably familiar with this procedure. You have to do it when hand vacuuming too. Once we've connected Kreepy's hose to the regulator valve and adjusted the hose protector to guard against wear, we can turn on the pump and watch Kreepy work. This is how your Kreepy should look and sound if it's operating correctly. Notice its gentle rhythmic sound and progressive movement. Both are sure signs that all is well. However, in some installations, depending on the power of the pump, Kreepy Krauly may run too fast when you first turn it on. It will look and sound like this. This occurs when too much flow in your system causes Kreepy to stick to the bottom. If this should happen, the regulator valve has a manual door that may be opened to adjust the flow, allowing the Kreepy to run smoothly. Remember, opening this manual door does not deprive your system of flow power. It merely diverts it so it can be used by your skimmer. Feels good to have your pool cleaned while you relax. Everything is working fine. Kreepy Krauly is a fascinating machine to watch. Here's what you can expect to see as your pool is cleaned. When Kreepy reaches an obstruction, such as a light, it may lose vacuum and fall off the wall to begin a new pattern on the bottom. This is one method Kreepy uses to get around obstructions and out of traps. It's this random pattern that allows Kreepy to clean your pool. Kreepy cleans walls up to the water line, then moves to the bottom to start another cleaning path. That's just about the whole Kreepy Krauly story. All that remains are some performance adjustments which may come in handy. I've grouped them at the end of the tape where you can refer to them easily. Your owner's manual will also be helpful, but you really shouldn't have any trouble. Kreepy Krauly is a rugged machine, proven in almost 500,000 pools worldwide. Here's to a cleaner pool with Kreepy Krauly, the best pool cleaning system in the world, period. If Kreepy ever clogs, try working the flapper valves with your fingers. If this doesn't work, locate the clog by looking through the twin pipes of the unit. Then with a coat hanger, dislodge the debris and pull it out. As a last resort, partially unscrew these 6 bolts. Reach in and remove the material. If you ever take Kreepy out of the pool, store the hose flat in a shady place. Sun is its enemy. The hose shouldn't be coiled, since it sets up a memory in the plastic that can affect Kreepy's cleaning pattern. Also, leave the weights on the hose, so you can reconnect Kreepy without having to adjust them again. When Kreepy slows down, it's trying to say, please clean your pump basket and filter. Sometimes, water current created by a return line will push Kreepy's hose, interfering with its cleaning pattern. If this occurs, we've included one eyeball diverter, which can be easily installed to adjust the return line flow. Just position the diverter in a way that the flow doesn't interfere with Kreepy's floating hose. Additional eyeball diverters are available if needed. In some instances, the design of a pool ladder may hinder the performance of Kreepy Krauly. Should this be the case with your pool, you may wish to purchase our optional ladder guard, which will ensure proper operation from your Kreepy around the pool ladder. Some pools have a lot of tight spot situations, a variety of corners, angles, and steps. For these hard-to-clean pools, Kreepy Krauly introduces the thruster, designed to help any suction-side cleaner do a better job. Thruster easily attaches to the cleaner's hose and sits just below the water's surface. At programmable intervals, Thruster's reverse action frees the cleaner from these tight spots which hamper the efficiency of automatic pool cleaners. And Thruster consistently changes Kreepy Krauly's random pattern coverage, allowing for complete coverage more frequently. The Kreepy Krauly Thruster keeps pool cleaners out of tight spots. Kreepy Krauly has been specially designed so that it may work simultaneously with your skimmer. If even greater skimming action is desired, Kreepy Krauly features an optional locking bar. It's easily installed and actually helps improve skimming action by elevating the Kreepy hose off the skimmer door. Some pool owners find that they must empty the skimmer basket frequently because their pool attracts many leaves. If this is the case with your pool, you might want to ask your Kreepy Krauly dealer about our optional inline leaf trap. As we mentioned at the beginning of Chapter 4, we've assumed that your pool has been properly prepared before Kreepy is installed. If you find that Kreepy Krauly gets hung up around your pool light ring, it may be the result of a gap between the light ring and the wall. Check to see if the bolts are tight. Sometimes the light may have been installed improperly. If this situation occurs, you should contact your pool professional to have the problem corrected. Kreepy is designed to stay in your pool permanently. It's perfectly safe to swim with. This concludes our presentation. Remember, you can go back and review this tape as many times as you like. If you have any difficulties or questions, just contact your Kreepy Krauly dealer. Help is only a phone call away.